The scarcity effect. Why limited things seem more valuable. Have you ever rushed to buy something just because it was labeled limited edition, or saw only one item left in stock and felt a sudden urge to grab it? That overwhelming desire to act quickly before you miss out is not just impulse. It's driven by a psychological force called the scarcity effect. A powerful mental bias that makes us place higher value on things simply because they are scarce or limited in availability. In this article, we'll explore what the scarcity effect really is, why your brain reacts the way it does, the science behind it, how it influences your everyday decisions, and most importantly, how you can recognize and protect yourself from being manipulated by it. What is the scarcity effect? The scarcity effect is a cognitive bias that causes people to perceive scarce items as more valuable than those that are abundant. The idea is simple: when something is hard to get, we assume it must be worth more. It taps into a primal survival instinct. Limited resources meant urgency and competition. Today, this bias still drives our behavior, not for food or shelter but for deals, trends, opportunities, and more. Marketers, retailers, influencers, and even employers use scarcity as a tool to drive decisions. Think of phrases like, "Only 2 left in stock," "Offer ends in 24 hours," "Exclusive event," "Invite only." These are all tactics designed to activate your scarcity radar. The psychology behind scarcity. Scarcity triggers a blend of emotions and mental shortcuts. Fear of missing out, FOMO. We fear that by not acting we'll miss a rare chance or lose out. Loss aversion. Psychological studies show that losses feel twice as painful as gains feel pleasurable. Social proof. If something is scarce, it might be because others want it, and we want what others desire. Reactance. When our freedom to choose feels threatened, like when availability is limited, we instinctively want the thing more. The effect is so strong that even children and animals have been shown to prefer scarce items in controlled experiments. Real-life examples of the scarcity effect. 1. Retail marketing. Black Friday sales, countdown timers, and low stock alerts exploit scarcity to increase urgency. 2. Social media and influencer drops. Limited edition merchandise or early access products become highly coveted, even if the product itself is ordinary. 3. Dating apps. Matches that expire or are only available for a short time increase engagement and user activity. 4. Collectibles and NFTs. Artificial scarcity boosts perceived value, even when digital items can technically be infinite. 5. Job offers and opportunities. Phrases like once-in-a-lifetime chance or limited spots available add pressure, even if the opportunity isn't extraordinary. The science behind it. Psychologists have long studied scarcity and its effects. A classic 1975 study by Wurchel, Lee, and Adewole showed that participants rated cookies in a nearly empty jar as more desirable than the same cookies in a full jar. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely found that people would pay significantly more for items described as rare, even when the rarity was artificial. Neurological research shows that scarcity activates the brain's reward center, similar to dopamine-driven addiction behaviors. This proves that scarcity doesn't just influence our thinking, it rewires our brains in the moment. Scarcity in relationships and social life. Scarcity doesn't only apply to material things. It also affects how we perceive people and experiences. Unavailability in dating. People who are emotionally unavailable or harder to reach often seem more attractive. Social circles. Exclusive friend groups or VIP events seem more desirable because not everyone can access them. Experiences. Rare events, limited concerts, or one-time-only performances feel more meaningful, even if their objective quality isn't higher. The dark side of scarcity. While scarcity can motivate action, it can also lead to poor decisions. Impulse purchases. Buying things we don't need just because they're running out. Overvaluing items. Assigning worth based on availability rather than actual usefulness or quality. Emotional manipulation. Feeling guilt, stress, or anxiety when faced with a limited offer. Scarcity is a favorite tool of manipulators, scammers, and pressure-based sales tactics because it overrides logic. How to outsmart the scarcity effect. Thankfully, awareness is the first step in protecting yourself. Here's how to break free. Pause before acting. When something feels urgent, give yourself a moment to think. Do I really need this? Evaluate true value. Ask yourself if you'd want the item or opportunity just as much if it were always available. Look for red flags. Be cautious of phrases like limited time only or just for you that create false urgency. Use logic over emotion. Make decisions based on need, budget, and personal relevance, not pressure. Practice mindful consumption. Recognize your triggers. Scarcity works best when you're tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. Why understanding scarcity makes you wiser. Knowing about the scarcity effect gives you power. You begin to notice when you're being influenced. You start to ask better questions. You make smarter decisions. And instead of chasing what seems rare, you begin to value what is right for you. The next time you see a flashing message urging you to act now before it's gone, take a breath. Remind yourself that scarcity is a psychological trick, and you're no longer falling for it. Because what truly matters isn't how rare something is. It's how meaningful, useful, and fulfilling it is to you. That's real value. And it's never in short supply.